Andy Davis, I'm a Director of Highfield Professional Solutions. I lead the data centre team, I drive the consultants, business development for new clients, and I manage a number of our key accounts. I think the main challenge in data centre recruitment is with what it is within most other sectors at the moment. It's a skill shortage and finding the best candidates. Data centres is a fairly sort of new industry as far as a lot of construction goes, so there's not masses of people with extensive experience in the sector, so it's quite hard to identify those with experience. So we have to work with our clients to try and look at other areas where they can attract staff from. So we're working with a few clients at the moment on looking into other sectors and cross-sector training. So the oil and gas sector, for example, where there's a lot of major construction projects, that's quite a good area to attract staff from. They've worked on the major build projects, and they also enjoy the fast pace and high technology side of projects. And we also work with our clients quite closely on retention. I think when there's a skills shortage, one of the best things you can do as a client is retain the staff that you've got. It's not all about attracting new staff, it's about actually keeping the ones that you've already recruited and making sure you're offering them sort of the opportunities that they look for. I think the issue with the staff shortage is with data centres is a combination of three sectors: engineering, IT and construction. All three of those sectors are probably at the height of the skill shortage epidemic. So there's not a lot you can do to actually solve the crisis today. I think some clients look at it into too much detail. They're trying to solve a problem that I don't actually think you can solve today, but what they are starting to do is invest heavily in training and development of the engineers and the graduates. So hopefully in sort of 5 to 10 years that will come to fruition and that the skill shortage will reduce. I think all we can do is advise our clients with regards to looking at other sectors: oil and gas, nuclear, rail, those that use high technology where the skills are transferable, and a lot of these candidates are interested in moving into the data centre sector, and we're now finding that clients are more open to candidates without data centre experience, largely because they're finding it increasingly difficult to identify the right skills with the experience. And also we tell clients all the time, invest heavily in retention, really focus on keeping those people that you've got. It's a competitive market for talent. There are companies that pay a lot more than others, and you really need to be doing all you can to retain the talent you've got, as well as focusing on attracting new talent to the industry. So we work with quite a cross-sector of clients in data centres. We work with end users, so those that own and develop data centres. We work with development companies. We work with some of the leading main contractors in the globe, and we also work with a number of subcontractors on the M&E side. So we cover quite a broad spectrum, as well as in facilities where we operate with some of the leading facilities organisations. So we cover quite a broad spectrum of clients, but we are quite specific on the clients we work with. We try to work with the leading clients in the industry. We're not the sort of organisation that will work with everybody. It's quite an incestuous industry, so as a recruiter we can't work with all the clients, so we try and work with those that best match our experience and our skills. We like to think we provide a service, not just find people. So we'll spend time with them planning their recruitment strategy. So what do they need, when do they need it, and why do they need it? There will always be the occasion when candidates leave and they need to fill a void quite quickly. But equally, if you plan your strategy quite well, your recruitment can become a lot easier. I always preach, we're big on retention. You know, as a company, we try to preach, we're big on retention. So you see a lot more now. There's a lot more about health and well-being, and how do we keep people happy in the workplace? And that's something that in skill shortage sectors you have to do, or you've got a constantly revolving door, and it's harder and harder to find good talent. There's always people out there, but most of the clients we work with want the best in the industry, so it's a lot harder to identify them. And if you get one, our advice is always keep them. Why clients come to Highfield for their data centre recruitment is mainly because we have experience in the sector. I know that from speaking to a lot of the clients I work with, I know that there's a lot of recruitment businesses that are now trying to get into data centres, which is totally understandable because it's a growth industry. But we do genuinely have experience in the sector. We have a team of consultants that only work in data centres. So I have quite considerable experience in the sector. So we can provide a good service across Europe and further afield. We've got a really established network of candidates now from working in the industry for quite a few years. So we like to think that if a client comes to us with a requirement, we can deliver it. And to be honest, if we don't feel we can deliver it, we wouldn't take it on. What clients tell me is that the main benefit of working with someone like ourselves or like Highfield that has experience in the sector is just the knowledge. If a client asks for somebody with a specific skill set or data center experience, We know what they want. We know if they're working on a hyperscale project, they want someone that's worked on major projects. We know if they're working on smaller refurb fit-out projects, that's the experience they're looking for. It's not a difficult industry to understand, but it is quite a niche industry. So if you've got an established network of candidates and you have an understanding of what clients are looking for, it can become much easier. We have testimonials from clients and candidates that demonstrate our experience. It's not just us saying this is what we do, we're doing it every day, so we can back up what we say, and I think clients appreciate that. We do try to deliver with all the projects we take on, and if we can't, then we're quite open and honest with the clients, and we'll advise them that maybe we're not best placed and that they should look to somebody else.